I would rather live during the collapse of the Bronze Age than use Chrome OS for another minute. Remember those terrible school-issued Chromebooks that they forced us to use? They were just straight up evil. This thing was like a fucking $50 Android phone with a keyboard attached to it. When I was 12 years old, they gave me like this shitty Acer laptop, 2 gigabytes of RAM and a TN panel. I used that thing until I was like 17. That thing was absolute garbage. It was hell. I get that ragging on Chromebooks is basically attacking the lowest hanging fruit, but I can't resist. Bitching about non-problems is my passion.
Say wallahi, bro! Say wallahi! Say you swear to God I just happened, I just spent 2.
I would rather trust a dementia patient with a live grenade than trust Chrome OS with my fucking schoolwork. These Chromebooks were so trash, they actually hindered my educational prowess. It wasn't that bad. I was able to get all my schoolwork done. Here's the thing though. I took like 6 PLTW courses in the span of 3 years. Project Lead the Way is basically like a specialized STEM curriculum thing. The curriculum required a lot of heavy software, but these Chromebooks would actually drag their fucking balls at anything beyond basic. For those saying I'm exaggerating,
are you sure about that?
Look at the shit I had to deal with back in high school. Look at this shit. Some classes had Photoshop, others had like Microsoft 365. Okay, like photography class, we had like M1 Mac Minis, and business class, we had Dell Omniplex towers. You could have just solved all of this with a singular, moderate Windows laptop. And don't even get me started with homework or what happens after the class. If you didn't upload your work in time or the internet was down, which happened a lot back in the day, then you were just out of luck. If these Chromebooks were just so notoriously bad, then why would public schools continue to issue them? Money! These Chromebooks were dirt cheap. You could buy 40 of these things for the same price as a Costco run.
We're Costco guys!
These things were a bigger bottleneck than the school board realized. If you finish your classwork and you want to work on other work from a different class, sometimes you just can't, because the Chromebook won't allow the software. You could ask the teacher if you could borrow another computer from a different class, but that was kind of like a hit or miss type of thing. A lot of times the teachers don't want a bunch of kids to leave their class and dilly-dally somewhere else, and sometimes the other teacher doesn't want kids barging in their class and snatching their high-end computers. And if you're just poor and you don't have a computer that matches the requirements, then you're just fucking out of luck. Can you imagine how embarrassing that conversation would be with a teacher? I noticed you've been struggling a little bit lately. I just wanted to ask you, like, is there anything going on at home or anything like that? And then you would have to explain to them why you're too fucking broke to afford a PC that can handle the software. Moral of the story is, being poor is not optimal for academic success.
You're such a dick!
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead! Dead like—
A lot of Chromebooks actually have decent hardware. Some Chromebooks I saw from other schools, like they're like a 2-in-1 thing, they fold, they have touchscreens, all that. We didn't get those, we got the potatoes. I don't know the exact Acer model we got. I don't care enough to actually do the bare minimum research at this point. One of my first TikToks I ever made was me just trashing these Chromebooks. Every year, there seems to be some sort of goofy-ass TikTok trend where high school students would just go out of their way to wreck school property for no fucking reason. Last year, students were just going around and poking the shit out of their Chromebooks, blowing up the lithium batteries. This wasn't just a few isolated events. This was a widespread issue. This was like a full-on Chromebook genocide. Ryan Smith, what are you doing? Yo, teach, I think there's something wrong with my Chromebook. And it's just like, it's like plumes of smoke coming out. What the fuck is just like throwing their fucking Chromebook in the school bathroom. These fucking broccoli heads, man. Look what they did! They disassembled every single piece of plastic! I hate to sound like a boot suckler, but please, don't just annihilate your school Chromebook. I don't care how south your life has gone, just you can do whatever you want to your own laptop. You can throw your own laptop in boiling water. No one's gonna care. Don't just light your parents' tax money on fire. It really was torture. The school Chromebooks were so dim, but the school had these LED lights that were trying to cosplay as a supernova. So every time I was locked in, I looked like some 87-year-old trying to figure out what LMAO was while filled with lead. I really can't hate on that hunk of junk too much because it is responsible for creating this YouTube channel. I originally did it to just post my school projects, but then eventually I started making videos on my own time for fun. And yes, I really did edit those videos on a Chromebook. I did it on WeVideo. The only reason why I still upload now is because I still haven't got past that middle school YouTube phase yet. I edit my videos on my personal computer now. When it comes to desktop operating systems, there are the big three: Windows, macOS, and Linux. Linux is like an open source kernel. Think about it like this. You ever see a nice house, but underneath that house there's a property? Linux is basically the property underneath the house when it comes to operating systems. Most people have used Linux in their lifetime because Linux occupies that utility space. So things like your car infotainment system, refrigerators, I think Alexa uses Linux. Basically anything with the screen that's not Apple, Windows. Chrome OS sits on that Linux property. It's part of the Linux family. Chrome OS is decent if you don't do anything on your computer. If you're doing anything beyond writing essays or looking at emails, you should probably look into macOS, Windows, or literally any other Linux-based software. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.